Hey everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Princess Gotham. My name is Onikage, and this is going to be my review of Medieval Dynasty and recommendation of whether or not to buy it. TLDR, if you just want that right up front here, yes, buy it, but if it's on sale for $25 or less. Now, for the main review, I think this is a really good, fun game. It's got a lot of interesting mechanics, anything where you can switch between first and third person, because having those two different camera styles, some people have a big preference of one over the other, so that's really good. It's got hundreds of hours of content, really, because you grow a legitimate dynasty. Like, you can get married, have a kid. The kid you can actually switch to playing as when they turn 18. Your village grows. The people that you put together in homes, they will have children. Like, it literally progresses a town over the course of years with new characters coming in, all that good stuff. And there is a technology progression in the game. And there are some very, very high tiers of that. So, there's a lot that you can do to unlock, like not just the homes, but even just like some of the production things that you can do. And multiple versions of all the different places and huts and stuff like that. But yeah, like, just the amount of food if you're I'm into food crafting. It was one of my favorite things to do in World of Warcraft was to like gather the food and like make like the feast for the raids and stuff. So the amount of foods they have with the different buffs is, I think, a really cool thing. The weapons are a good variety for different reasons. Combat is a bit wonky, especially with the melee weapons. However, it is also a little bit strange with the hostile animals, like the bison, which I don't know why there's bison since this is supposed to be medieval Europe, but whatever. But yeah, like hostile enemies like this one, they stare at you, making them easier to kill, which is really good for the pigs. But yeah, even on the bison, as you can see. The whole talent tree thing is also cool, a way to invest in that. There's potions you can make for a variety of effects, including poisons, which can benefit your weapons. But yeah, like the whole social system, it's cool that there's that with like, the families having kids, the kids become better tradesmen, so their skills are higher. It's an incentive to play the same save for a long period of time. I do hope that they add more social variables, though. Maybe something where there's like infidelity or there's a fight between neighbors, some sort of peacekeeping. I also wouldn't mind if they put in guards or something like that because there are bandits in the game. So it would be cool if there was like an occasional bandit raid and you had guards, stuff like that. Um, there is a lot to do in the world. Your town can become automated. You can pretty much get there in the first year, but it's not, there's no real point to rush it. Just the longer you play the game, the better off everything ends up being. Um, I would say that, the whole tree thing does need a little bit of work because, the tree types having different amounts of wood they drop based on what they are, two for birch, three for pine, four for maple. It doesn't matter how big they are. Like in this example, this maple here and this maple here both give the same amount of logs. That's not, I don't know. It depends what breaks your immersion. Um, One other thing I would say though, as far as the gathering, is that like, the whole mining thing is pretty cool. Managing weight is always a good thing to have in survival. The different ores and stuff like that you get to progress. You start with copper. Well, I mean, you start with wood and stone, but then you get to copper, you get to bronze. There's a lot of progression. And even when your town is fully automated, you can still go out and do pretty much whatever the hell you want. There's quests every single season. It's a lot to stay, invested in. Plus the whole dynasty reputation. You can steal, lose reputation, gain it through quests, a bunch of stuff like that. The thing is that it is early access. Now, the positives of that is like in December, they just had a multiplayer patch. It was single player only till December. When they added multiplayer, they also added the Oxbow map, which you may have seen from some of our previous videos. The original map is like a first-person story. Your name is Rasimir. You get to learn about your history, all this other stuff. But this one is more of a free-for-all, do whatever you want, co-op, which is great. I don't think they're going to be doing any PvP, but who knows? Anything multiplayer, they always end up wanting PvP at some point. Um, but yeah, early access also gets you a discount on the price, but the price is an issue I have with the game. It's $35 US. Now, it's not worth that, not in its current state. However, the good news is that they do bundles of this game with other games pretty often. They, a few months back, actually had Green Hell bundled with it, and I think the bundle for that was 35. So essentially, you got this game for 20, you got Green Hell for 15, and that was a really good deal. I would put it on your wish list. If it gets a discount of 30% or if it puts into a really good bundle, then absolutely take advantage of that. I do hope that they also add something in later with the villagers where if you put down a building blueprint, that the villagers might start building it for you. Having to be the one who builds all the buildings yourself, like throughout the entire game, seems like a little bit of a missed opportunity. But the good news is that that also gives you full creative control over what you want your city to look like. I mean, for building, you can do roads, you can do decorations, workstations, all this different stuff exists in the game. Different types of fences, gates. There's there's a lot you can do, and there are some people who have put together some incredible videos of what they've turned their towns into. I mean, it looks like most of them look better than what the game designers put in for the cities. Like Piastovia, great looking city. Some of the stuff I've seen like puts that to shame, no problem. But yeah, it's also sort of a relaxing game because there's not that much combat. It's easy to avoid. The bandits are few and far between. You can, stay in like a certain area, you can grow, you can change where you want your city to be. The game looks really good too, so it's for all these reasons that I recommend it. I do hope again that they make some changes, which is again why early access is great for this. Farming being so tedious, I think it would be nice if there was a workaround for that. I also think they need to improve the way villagers work for farming because villagers having to physically go there and being at a set rate they can farm regardless of their farming skill, not a fan of that. But overall, huge fan of the game. I think I've got about 150 hours in it or so far, and I'm definitely going to keep playing it. So I hope you get it. I hope you like it. Next month in March, we are going to be doing Above Snakes, which is a top-down survival game, so that'll be interesting. Look forward to, you guys keeping up with that. See you then. Hope everybody takes care and stays safe.